What's good, y'all? Today, we got something interesting to talk about with the absolute Wonder Woman and Batman crossover. Now, I know I said I'd give Diana her own video, and I will in the coming days, but today, we're gonna go over this first. So, it starts off with Veronica Kale on the phone with a certain someone. And who is that certain someone? You guessed it, Jack Grimm, aka the Joker. Funny how this dude just lost his best asset, and he's over here pillow talking with his colleague. Miss Kale is pretty mad right now. As we saw in Absolute Evil, she brought everyone together in order to stop the rise of these heroes. And at the recent events, both Wonder Woman and Batman's popularity have skyrocketed. They got chessboards, which Joker comments about saying, "There's no account for taste, I suppose." Yo, he's still mad that Batman cooked Bane. And Diana got her own little cute plushie. If they don't make one of these in real life, DC will fumble. They even got a mini Pegasus, bro, so cute. Low-key frying me that Veronica bought all this merch just to throw it in the garbage. True hater activities. It's like a cancer. Mind you, she was the one who spent her hard-earned money on this. Ain't nobody asked you to show support, but these two have a plan. Veronica has set a trap for the both of them, and this takes us back over to Gotham City, where we see absolute Batman scaring off some thugs. Another day, another poor criminal getting his back blown out by the 6'9" Giga nigga, out here using finishing moves on 3 low-down criminals. He treats everyone equally. Also love the paneling right here, so cool. Batman notices the criminals ran off in fear of the bat symbol behind him, but he didn't put that there. And while waiting for its source, he runs into Diana for the first time. Now, we all know that back in Absolute Batman 15, Bruce has been keeping an eye on Wonder Woman, and we'll find out later that he's been watching Supes too. But what really kills me is his insatiable desire to aura farm by any means necessary. Bro could've just waited down there, but nah. He had to post up like a real bat on top of a random building. Then when Diana pulls up saying, "I've heard you're quiet, but they may need to invent a new word for what you are, especially considering your size," which is facts, this dude just hops down. Friendly. Always abusing the nonchalant gimmick. Batman then asks about the symbol and if it's made of magic, and Diana says yes. She didn't want to waltz into Batman's hood uninvited, but like she said, he's hard to find. She then introduces herself as Diana, and this dude, always in character, introduces himself as Batman. But forget that, can we talk about how fine Diana is, bro? Darkseid really just can't miss with his character creations, bro. Honestly, he's starting to make me like the Absolute Universe more and more. Yeah, Bruce might be suffering 25-8, fighting demons beyond despair, but ooh, Wonder Woman. I think he has a type, bro. Any woman wearing black lipstick got him feeling different. You just like me for real. This is actually killing me, bruh. Diana's over here looking fine as hell, just chilling, and Bruce damn near ready to jump off the building. Calm down, bruh. Even Batman's scared of the hose. As they discuss what magic is, Wonder Woman is amazed at how he jumps off skyscrapers with no fear, even without the ability to fly. How does he do it, she asks, and Batman was just like, necessity. Can't go wrong there. But it's time to get down to business. Diana is here because she needs help on a case. There have been 4 recent murders, and even though 4 murders in Gotham is like 1/100th of its weekly activity, Diana feels like this is all connected. The symbol on her arm was spotted at the crime scenes, and since Gotham isn't her city, she needed some help. She mentions her detective friend, who usually helps her with things like this, and Batman comments on how she should probably be more careful with her exposure. She may be a god, but the people around her aren't, and this makes sense. Bruce knows what it's like involving close friends with his work, and because of that, they face life-changing consequences. But Diana can't go back into the shadows, and even if she could, she wouldn't. Her greatest strength is showing her love for others, and she can't do that without living it. Bruce responds, saying that everyone has different paths, and that his father probably would have liked hers. Diana takes that as a compliment, and also tells Bruce that she isn't a god. She asks if he's one, and he was like, huh? Hell nah. Apparently Diana and her mother Circe made a bet on if he was a god or not. Gotta be funny for Bruce to hear this, especially considering the BS that he goes up against every week. Now that we're here though, we gotta talk about how tall Absolute Wonder Woman is. I knew she was supposed to be like huge, but damn, she's the same height as Bruce, maybe a little taller, and she's not even wearing heels. Need that. If I was in the Absolute Universe, I'd be moving the exact same way Blackboy Max was with Liz Cambridge. My kid's gonna be league bound somehow. Before they head off, Wonder Woman gives Batman a medallion. He can touch his skin with this to call her. Darkseid knew not to give me this, bruh. I would have had her on speed dial every 5 minutes. The duo then heads off to the most recent crime scene. Diana flying while Bruce takes his motorcycle. They end up going to a place called Slaughter Swamp. Wait, Slaughter Swamp? You mean the home of the absolute KKK? Oh nah, bruh. First it was the absolute triple K, and now it's magic related murders. They gotta hit this place with the same thing they hit Lucia with, bruh. Nuke this place off the map.
Nuke the whole generation.
The entire thing is suspicious though. Besides the fact that it's in this heathenous remote place, the tip was anonymous. When they get inside, Diana notes that even though the magic here was supposed to be in honor of Hecate, it wasn't done in multiples of 3. Hecate? No, I'm too African to be worrying about pronunciations. Anyway, on top of that, some of the ingredients were wrong, the moon wasn't in the right position, and everything just feels staged. There were body parts taken from the victims though, so Diana speculates that whoever took them might be trying to build a homunculus or a golem. Wait, homunculus? Full Metal Alchemist bitch! But all in all, everything feels like a trap. Batman does have a lead on a church that may have what they're looking for, so he leads the way. When they make it over though, Diana senses that there are people inside, and since there are probably hella traps between them and the goons, Diana offers to carry Bruce. Just cut to the end of the line violently. Bruce thinks he's slick. Well, I like the violent part. Man, you can't fool me. We, yes, we as in you and me, would all let Diana carry us like a princess. While these guys are in the middle of their ritual, Bruce crashes into the crib. Diana really launched, bro. Batman really loves hitting this pose right here, bruh. Nigga got a landing animation. He hit this against Freeze too. Diana then tells Bruce not to cross the barrier, but it's too late. They both get dragged in. The good news is the circle is incomplete. The bad news is they can't leave it or else they get cooked. As she says this, we cut back to Veronica and Joker chatting about how they set these two up. They weren't just trying to trap them, they were trying to control them, or Diana specifically. And when we cut back, we see her eyes turn black. Before she gets taken over, she takes off her arm. I almost forgot to mention that Diana has one arm, although she can use magic to get it back. But now, Batman is in quite the predicament. Compared to Wonder Woman, he's just a regular guy. You know it's bad when Batman doesn't even try to fight back, but he immediately resorted to the talk no jutsu. But Diana grabbed his neck, picked him up, dragged him with one arm, and dropped him on the floor. For one, damn she's crazy strong, grabbing a 420-pound Bruce with one hand. And two, it should have been B, bruh, not him. Bruce weaves the left with his cape, then drops in from up top with his axe. But Diana eats the hit, gives him an uppercut, then steals his blade and sends him flying. What a terrible week for Bruce, bro. Had to fight Bane, learn about the Joker, and now he's fighting for his life again against Hell's strongest soldier. But before he can get taken out for good, he remembers the medallion that Diana gave him. And by calling out her name, he's able to use it in time to barely save his life. With that near-death experience out the way, Diana knows that the spell used on her could only be pulled off with her hair and blood, meaning that someone is pulling the strings from behind the scenes. And they figured this out just in time, because right after, the building explodes. Cool panel right here though. Veronica, who was watching all this, angrily smashes her cup. At first I was like, damn bruh, ain't no need to give yourself cuts like that for no reason. But then we see that she can use some sort of magic herself. Love the way she went from angry to locked in. Another thing that I might mention here is how Joker talks. In Absolute Evil, he spoke hella menacingly, and he had that I'm only here because I'm getting paid type demeanor. But here he's like a little more chill, over here saying something, damn, they escaped? That's crazy. We'll get him next time. He also says the last thing us Absolute Batman fans want to hear, that he has something planned for Bruce. Oh, nah, bro. What do you mean he got something planned? It's gotta be Scarecrow, bro. Or something to do with his mom's, or both. Either way, things are about to get wicked in Gotham. Back to these two though. After escaping the blast, they're lying outside talking about what happened. Diana knows that the people after them wanted her to kill Batman. But who? And why? And of course, Batman says he has a list somewhere in his other pants. Batman also wonders if Diana's a golem, but she says that due to her birth, she's open to some attacks that she hadn't considered. Gotta watch out from now on. She also gives Batman a jump drive that has info about him and a few other heroes making waves, including the Superman. Ooh, honestly, I really like these two as a duo. They're both smart, got great chemistry, and they work really well together. Diana's reaction to seeing Snow for the first time was cute too. I guess when you live in hell for most of your life, Snow is pretty hard to come by. She tells Batman that they're gonna be great friends, and one day, he'll even tell her his name. Bruce suspects that she already knows it, but even so, Diana wasn't gonna say it without his permission. How nice. She also says that they should become friends with the Superman too. They're gonna need a lot of friends to save a world like this. And yes, please bro, link up with Supes. That dude needs friends badly. Like, I'm not even joking. Poor guy's been alone for ages, talking to ChatGPT. But yeah, that's it. Diana tells Bruce God bless, and he says happy holidays as she heads off back home. Great crossover, bro. I'm super glad that Diana was the one to initiate this, because let's face it, Bruce ain't too social, and Cal is even worse. Having someone like Diana to be the link between them is gonna benefit in so many ways. And we get to see her again soon too, in Absolute Batman 16, which I already know is gonna be a bang. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.